AOC, who is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, is a New York...
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah. Good luck. So we're going to call her AOC for this purpose. AOC is a very well-known, we're going to insert a photo here, congresswoman. She's very outspoken. She's engaging on social media. She's young, hip, in the know. She speaks her mind. And so she was running for she was running to be the House Oversight Committee. She was running for a position on the House Oversight Committee, like to be the chairwoman, a higher role in Congress, right? And she was going against, I mean this in like a very nice way. She was going against a 74-year-old Democrat who has cancer. And before the votes even happened, Nancy Pelosi, who is also an older politician, it wasn't like she didn't go on camera and say, oh, I don't want AOC to win. But, the streets were saying that she was pushing for I want to get his name. I don't even think I got his name, to be honest, because I just could not believe it.
Gerry.
Where's that?
Gerry Connolly?
Yeah, so House Democrats voted on Tuesday to elect Representative Gerry Connolly as the party's ranking member of the House Oversight Committee, beating a bid from Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and proving once again that they have learned absolutely nothing. And by they, we mean Democrats. Because here you have, during this election, I thought we learned that people want someone that can communicate, right? And by communicate, I mean like in terms that everyone can understand. Because these old politicians, they use words and they're just out of touch. And so when they speak, people don't understand. Or maybe the platforms that they're using. Like AOC was going live on Twitch, playing video games. Like she was finding different ways or trying to meet people where they are.
I mean, Kamala did the same thing.
But she did that for like 2-3 months. The moral of the story is, okay, yes, I understand that. But here we had an opportunity where a younger Democrat could have been in a leadership position in Congress. And instead of giving this opportunity, because it's not like AOC was on a platter, like, no, she's been in Congress enough that she knows how things run. And not all, because yes, she did get some votes, but girl, she barely got any votes. So the moral of the story is, how do you feel about politicians not allowing younger people to thrive?
So my whole thing is, like, if you're wondering why I'm laughing, it's because, like, when Shayla wrote the document and I was reading it, 74-year-old with cancer was taking me out. And it's like, yes, it's sad to say, but it's like, when do you expect this man to write bills or like sign off on bills, sign off on anything when he's in treatment? Like, sometimes you really got to put your health as a priority, And I think to your point, right?
Yeah.
You have these old, decrepit, geriatric people in office. And it's just like, you can force and try to be as hip or as knowledgeable as possible, but you are not, right? And I think also, like, the problem that I have with it is that we have these old people in office who would prefer stability rather than change, right? They would rather just be stable enough for us to keep going on the path that we're at than to sit there and actually implement stuff that's going to force a change, going to force things to change the conversation of stuff. We literally just got done talking about school shootings.
Yeah. And also it just shows, like, clearly it doesn't matter what the message is, regardless of how much Democrats can say, like, we're the party that wants to do this, we're the party of change, and we want to do this and this. Sometimes it's literally boils down to, we don't like the messenger. Your message is real good, but we don't like the messenger. And I know that might sound so petty and like superficial, but if the person that you're sending to tell me about me and my life and had student loans and owning a house, when you're literally 80, you've been had a house, you bought your house way back when, right. You don't know what it feels like to just get off of college and not be able to afford things. It's like, I'm not trying to hear what you gotta say. No tea, no shade.
Because like in 1920, a house was a bag of beans. Like, congratulations.
Hello?
Like now, it's literally like
a struggle.
It's a farm plus tax. That's how much it takes to own a house. And like another thing is, personally, at 26, I'm tired of working. At 74, you are not catching me signing nothing but a pass for the senior citizen.
And it's like, to me, give it up. I get it. Like being in Congress or politics, you want to serve your community, but at some point, it's just like. But it's I think aside from politics, let's move away from politics. Just in our jobs or just in the world, like there's so many people graduating from college that are not getting opportunities because why? And I hate to say this because I never want to seem like I'm being ageist, but I just think it's so unfair. These Congress people, they don't really need the money. Like at that point, you've been serving in Congress for like over 20 years. If by that time you don't got money, I don't know what to tell you. You invest smarter. I get it if you're someone that like, for my mom, for instance, she don't want to work for funsies. She needs to work because bills need to be paid. And the way America is set up, literally in Social Security, it says like, oh, this money is not meant for you to survive. Like, it's like, Buki, we hope you have other funds or 401k or something because this little Social Security money is just for funsies. So I get it if you're an older person that needs to work for whatever. But here was an opportunity for you to allow a younger person not to just take away your shine, but just like take young people under your wings and show them the way. Like, don't be so, oh, it's me. Like, let the young people thrive.
Listen, please. Shayla says that she doesn't want to seem like an ageist, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Sometimes you got to be, because some of y'all is really old as a bag of dust. Okay? You need...
Yo, pelona la. She don't mean that.
No, I wholeheartedly mean that. Some of y'all is walking cobwebs. Let the people who is ripe and ready to like jump into action, like a spry chicken, do the work that you think that you're doing. Like sometimes you got to realize, like, you know how they say like an old cat can't learn new tricks or something like that?
That sounds right to me. Literally.
It's just like, sir, you got treatment. Like, sir, hang the jacket up, dust off the cobwebs, get the needle in your arm for treatment, and focus on your health. Focus on a prosperous life. Allow the younger people to step into the positions that they really want. And my thing is, to go to your point, outside of politics, right? Shayla mentioned you have college students, and like we talk about this in our jobs all the time. You have college students who are passionate, who are literally just got done working in school, doing all this stuff. And now they want to get into the fields that they want to get into. But you got these old people who don't know how to let it go and to hang up the hat and like allow these people to get into the positions. Like sometimes you got to know when it's time to call it quits. Like you may be amazing, you may be this, but then it's like also on the other hand, it's times where like, we talk about this all the time. Like there's certain shows and stuff that we watch specifically for certain people. Right?
Greenie, we love you down. I need you there till you 90.
Okay. So it's like my question is like, when do you gauge that? Because it's like,
that's true. I think here's to that point. There's a difference between, I'm not trying to push out all old people. I hope that that's not the message that I'm
except on the road. I need y'all off the road.
No. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes you have to know when like, you're no longer serving in your role. You're no longer serving the purpose that you may very well think that you are. Like, no, I'm here for the people and I wanted this. If you already gave your 20 years, 30, and the work that you're performing isn't good, you gotta go. And in the politics world, those people I know have money. They're stacked up. I understand some older people are still working, not because they want to. It's just basically out of necessity. So those people, I get it. They have to work. But you have these jobs that are like, oh, you need to have 5 years of experience in XYZ. But it's like, how am I supposed to get that experience if all the people that are in these roles are stuck there for like 90 years? When am I gonna get my 5 years in?
Exactly.
Like, it's just very frustrating.
And I think like for us, I'm talking about like in terms of, like the media industry, like when I think of like, oh, the people like, oh, like how can you say if you like to watch this certain person on TV, how can you say da? Okay, but like if the ratings become stagnant, sometimes you gotta switch something up. right? Sometimes you just gotta put a new face in there. And like, yes, I understand like, oh, like all these younger people are taking the roles so you could pay them less. But it's just like, honestly, like you said, sometimes for experience, you gotta do what you gotta do. But if you're not giving people the opportunity to spread their wings within what they are passionate about, how can you expect them to have any type of experience? And then if you're doing your own personal projects or passion projects, then they ask like, well, do you have any actual industry knowledge? How, if you're not giving me an opportunity?
Like, well, if you give me this job, I will. Thank you. But yeah, that's the moral on that. We love the elderly, but I just feel like if you are no longer able to do your job as you can,
I think it's an old dog can't learn new traits. It's one of the animals.
Yeah, I got that.